This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mixon will try the right side. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ready? Ready? 49 to Mike. And let's get that home. Gun. 49, guys. Express!
3rd and 2, Newton. He finds Beckham, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 3.
Now Joe Mixon looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. They'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
20. Check 52.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. They find some open field here. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football has been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football, show some intelligence, live to fight another down.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll give it to Mixon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Yeah, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here.
Newton now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Newton's pass complete to Tyler Eifert. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Randy Bullock lining up for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Bullock good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
56.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Around 80. 52 right here. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
McCaffrey on the counter. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bewarejjac to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it. When
he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 81 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Shift! Watch the shift! Monday.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Allen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Isaiah McKenzie. Incomplete. He was covered by Denzel Ward.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Going for it on 4th down. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hatch it. Gun. Tighten up. 8.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Mixon. And an alley to run. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. To return is McKenzie. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Mike, double dog, that's the way. Watch twist. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Alert 3.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On play action, Allen. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Ready? Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Middle. Smooth. 11. Check. 52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen throwing the out route incomplete. It's McKenzie. That one a first down pickup of 8. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the ground, McCaffrey. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Alpha.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, and he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, Mike. Strong right. Strong right. Let's go, Abby. Regular. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Here we go. 552. Man out.
From the gun, it's Allen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Newton. It's caught. Beckham. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw is Newton. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. On 2nd down, Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Allen going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Andrew Billings. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Taken in at the 22. Not a big deal on that one, just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
He's coming. Double up, double
Gun,
up.
gun. 20.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on second and long. Newton, this one complete to Niles Paul. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Bengals.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Mike 58, right there. Silver. Shit. 8. Shit. Express.
Throwing here, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charlie, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
On play action, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Open man here is Foster. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bengals, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Thought about it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumping. What is up? I'm ready for you. Like, yeah, and it feel
the young